Alright, so is this thing on?
Chance will ever pass. She says sometimes you never learn until you fall flat on your ass. And these days will never be, these trains will never see. I think we'd all be better off if we just don't believe. But I've been treading water for so long, I think now I can drown. And I've been treading water for so long, I think now I can drown. So we're searching for the answer to a question we don't know. He says we've looked around for too long, and now it's way too late to go. And these days will never be, these trains will never see. I think we'd all be better off if we just don't believe. And I've been treading water so long, I think now I can drown. And I've been treading water for so long, I think now I can drown.
I actually got a last-minute call. I was camping for Labor Day weekend, and my phone had died because I didn't have a charger because I was camping. And I got back into town, and after having my phone on the charger, all of a sudden Chris calls me, and he's like, "Hey, we're at the studio. Get your ass over here."
Oh yeah, that's right. It was my fiance's birthday, and then we went to go to record the CD. I had to ask permission, actually, to get there, because Chris is like, "Hey, this guy said we can come down to his house and record. He's got a Pro Tools HD system and all these mic selections and stuff." I was like, "Wow, okay. So this is on. It's like now or never."
He was like, "Hey, there's this dude who's got a local studio. And he's trying to get it off the ground, and he's got a pretty sweet setup." So, and Shane basically was like, "Hey, come on over, jam out a demo, jam out one song, see if you guys like it, see if you like the way it sounds, and like the facility, and we'll take it from there."
So we went in and we did the first version of Bottle Rocket. I was only there for like 45 minutes, enough to do the take, and then I took off to go spend time with her and take her out to dinner.
I was really stoked because all of our music has a lot of energy, and I like listening to music that has energy. I don't like crying myself to sleep, I guess. But no, all of our music has a lot of energy, and I was really excited to put it on a CD so everyone else could hear it and hopefully be as stoked as I am.
Total last-minute, spur-of-the-moment thing in a couple of hours, from like 12 to 4, I think is what we spent, a couple of hours. And we recorded Bottle Rocket, which at the time was a brand spanking new tune.
Sean was hungover when he did all of his drum parts on that, just to let you know.
I was really hungover and sweating that day. It really sucked.
I'm excited. My nipples have been hard. Dude, seriously, I woke up at 6:30 this morning. I was telling Chris, I woke up at 6:30, and I've been looking at the clock.
The whole time? Do your Thriller dance, dude.
lost so many friends the last few years, and I feel just like I'm losing you too. Standing amongst 1,000 friends, I've never felt so alone. And I've never felt so alone. And I've never felt so alone.
The drums sounded amazing. I got my drums done in like probably 4 or 5 hours.
I think John, that dick, was the only one who did his stuff quickly and relatively, without problem of any kind. A couple of takes maybe here and there, but in one day, John was recorded.
3 weeks? Was it 3 weeks? 3 weeks to do a CD. Went in on Saturday. Laid all drum tracks down. Sunday came back, did guitars.
And then we did all the vocals, and then had to redo some bass, and then leads, and then backup vocals.
And then the mixing took about a week and a half. Yeah. Almost 2 weeks to record, actually. Yeah, it was almost 2 weeks.
What if we could get Bono to sing on this album?
If we told him that we were 9-year-old Ethiopian kids and he was raising money, he probably would do it.
I know, huh?
Chris needs to do his pre-solo.
I need a beer. That's the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Ryan, go grab beer.
His pre-solo stretches and alcohol consumption.
I think we do all a lot better when we have beer, because as soon as we went and got a 12-pack, Jeff brought over some pizza, and we were able to crank the songs out.
Hi guys, I'm Christopher Lay from No More Heroes. Sometimes in the studio, just, it gets really hard to, lay down those certain rock and guitar leads that so many classic guitar players have done, from Brian May, to Steve Lukather, to Jeff Beck, or even Eric Clapton. So, when I decide I want to lay down my gnarly guitar tracks, I like to go for the drink that's hidden right behind the milk. Good old Natural Light. Loaded with vitamins, minerals, and water. This stuff helps me rock it like a champion.
It took me and Shane 4 cans of Natural Light, 24 ounces. Good old Natural Light, cheap, good, enjoyed it. Now Shane's drinking it.
Yeah, so the beer definitely helped. I know Jeff Wyke, when he shows up to practice, he's a good bass player and everything, but as soon as he drinks a few beers, he's like fucking Flea, dude. You know what I mean? That's exactly how Jeff Wyke is whenever he gets beer in him. So as soon as we got some beer, the recording process was easy.
It just looked that way, like it was really easy if you just were watching me. But it was actually very hard. I had to drink a lot of beer. I brought pizza too. Pizza and beer. But no, it wasn't as easy as I made it look. But it was fun. No, it was really fun. But I did have to go over the solos a couple times.
So are you filming this, or?
Yeah.
Alright, this is Custom Sound and Media. We're recording right now. If you understand, at High Dollar Recording Studios, you look around, you got your cables, you got your wall stuff, you even got your garages right here.
Yeah.
If you need to wash clothes, boom. So this is how we do it, man.
Well, see, we
live for this rock and roll lifestyle.
We're so awesome. Sometimes you'll just rock so hard you'll shit your pants,
And
then you immediately need to come over here and wash your clothes.
Just wash them.
Didn't you use that yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You did,
yeah.
didn't you?
It was cool. We did a lot of stuff over and over and over and over and over again, but it worked for the better. I think I know Chris had some fun doing all his leads between throwing pity parties for himself and.
This song bugs the shit out of me.
I think the hardest part about recording was putting up with Chris's pity parties about his leads. Even though I wasn't there, I was hearing about him, about how he's throwing little pity parties.
I know, huh? That's my pity party. That's my pity party. I have to have a pity party sometime. I never get it. I try and throw one, but it never works.
That was horrible.
he never gets to throw them, he says, but yeah, I think he got to throw a few that day when he was doing his solos. Actually stopped over when I was going on my lunch break at work, and he was all sad and he was crying, talking on the phone to his wife, telling her how bad the solos were. You just make up lies about Chris Slay. But yeah.
Hopefully that's not even going to be on the thing.
What happened? Oh my god.
Brian's over here. He's going to lay down some vocal tracks. If he fucks it up, he's out of the band. We'll probably get this guy over here to sing on it.
Yeah, Dominic, you're gonna sing on it?
Yeah, sure.
What you're hearing is the rough mixes of one of the songs.
What's the name of that song?
What is the name of the song?
Which one?
This song. Why don't you tell us about this song?
Song I wrote about when I was getting herpes, and
Oh, I remember that.
I got this medicine that you had to put on it. And it was actually sad because when the herpes goes away, sometimes you experience itching and dry skin. So I wrote the song called "Losing You" about losing my herpes.
The cool thing about working with Shane was, yeah, like I remember we were getting levels for the drums. He told me to play it like I got a pair. So that pissed me off, and I think that the sound came out great because he told me that. So I played a little harder, and that's how we got that big drum sound. And he built a tunnel with the kick with a box that he had from his Allen Heath mixer, which was pretty cool. And it gave the kick drum a little more oomph.
Yeah, Shane is cool to work with. Shane's funny. He actually kind of pushed us, which I kind of like.
That's what I wanted to do. Can I suggest that he goes, when he does that line? That line. On the second one. He goes up? He does like a third below you, and it's not good. I want him to do the high one.
Do it.
Here, I want to suggest something. That was all good except for on the second one, I want you to do a different note. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, yes you did. Okay, hold on. Listen to what you did, specifically the last note, and then I'm going to suggest a different note, okay?
Alright.
What do you do when you're with him?
What do you do when you're with him?
Yeah.
Alright.
You went down again. What do you do when you're with him?
Do when you're with him.
Yes.
Alright. What do you do when you're with him?
Yes, correct. I'll record it this time.
Oh, fine.
Better, right?
Yeah, I've worked with guys who are just there to record, and like they don't really give a crap about your performance or anything. They're just there to put out a CD because you're paying them to record. And Shane was actually like, no, that sucked. Do it again. and I mean, he was a little nicer occasionally, but most of the time he was like, yeah, do it again. That sucked. You can do it better. My favorite was, do it again. This time, don't suck.
Shane, I love Shane.
It was actually pretty cool. He's a really cool guy. He's kind of goofy, but he's a really cool guy. He knows his shit. Can I cuss on this?
Yeah.
I can say shit. Shit. Okay. No, he's a really cool guy. He knows his shit. I said it again, and he was really fun to work with. He did give me a couple pointers and whatnot, and he contributed to the CD in his own way. It was awesome.
We're like, all right, 0 for 2 we liked. Shipwrecked is brand new. And Fuck You Michelle is brand new.
I think my favorite song on the album, and that's a hard one because I think all of them are really good, I think 0 for 2. I do love 0 for 2. I think it's badass. And Fuck You Michelle. I think Fuck You Michelle is just classic.
I feel a little guilty about it. Because I met Michelle at our last show, actually, and she's kind of hot. So, I don't know. I feel guilty.
So we threw those into recording at the last minute, and they turned out great. They probably took the most work of all of them in the studio, a lot of fine-tuning and stuff, because we hadn't played them live very much to really figure out how we wanted to do it. So it's like in the studio, which is kind of backwards for us. A lot of big bands, they go into the studio, and they write in the studio, and they record in the studio. But it's like garage bands and such. You practice in your garage over and over and over again, then you hit the studio. And by the time you hit the studio, at least that's how I've always experienced, by the time you hit the studio, you've been playing these songs for a year or two, and you got them down, and you nail them like that, and that's that. But it was kind of nice going to a studio, having a couple songs where we're like, how do we want to end this song? what do we want to do now?
Well, actually, the album is pretty much, it's a concept album about two couples in a relationship. They're just on the verge of just spontaneous combustion.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's a concept album.
I've never been in a band. Well, first of all, that we actually hung out outside of band practice to begin with, but that I actually liked the people, and I mean, not to say that I didn't like any other people, but there's a friendship there beyond bandmates, which is cool.
I've never seen Bryan be serious. He's always got to talk about genitalia. He's always talking about his genitalia and how small it is and how he plays with it all the time. And he says fuck a lot, too.
It's definitely not going to be like featuring Michael McDonald. It's going to be like you're going to look in the liner notes in the back because you'd be like, guest vocals on whatever song. What song we're talking about doing? I think Fuck You Michelle.
Treading Water.
I think we were trying to get Michael McDonald. We're like, fuck you, Michelle. Fuck you. I think that'd be pretty good.
Fuck you, Michelle.
I think that'd be good, especially on the slow pretty part. And he can hit those pianos. The bling, 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 bling.
I don't know. We're thinking about that. We're gonna try and get Jack O'Shea from Bayside to play guitar tracks on it, but right now the touring schedule's so hard he couldn't get a chance to come down.
He actually called and said that he doesn't think he can compete with some of the leads that Chris has already laid down.
Chris is an amazing lead guitarist. I mean, I can never play guitar like Chris.
Shit, I've known Chris Lay since like high school. Yeah, high school.
Which I think I did. Like a lot of the solos on the CD, I tried to take it like from a standpoint, like, what would some guy do if he wasn't that great of a guitar player and playing leads? So I was like, no, I think I'll take that thing. It's like the rhythms are pretty tight.
So you're like
the leads,
you're like a method musician.
The leads, I wanted to give this album a feel of like, pure rock and roll, like a 70s punk rock album, but more cleaner.
But good.
Maybe a Johnny Thunders. Yeah, but good. Like a Johnny Thunders style like lead, like kind of like Johnny Thunders meets a Slash type of sound, and that's what I think I was going for. I think I got it. I'm pretty happy about it. Pretty happy.
And then Jeff is so mellow. Jeff, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 practices in before I heard Jeff say a full sentence. That wasn't a couple of words like, I like that song, dude, that turned out good. Or something like that, It was like, what do you think, Jeff? It's good. I like it. Something like that. It was like, Jeff's just low key, but then he catches everything so quickly. And you show him a song, like, all right, I came up with this. Here's the basic chords and stuff. He's like, all right, cool. And then he has it. And by 2 or 3 practices of the song in, you're like, he's throwing shit in that you're like, you don't even pay attention, but you hear it in the back of your head, like, what? You turn around, he's like, all this cool shit. And he's so low-key, he doesn't, play it up or be crazy about it because he knows he's awesome, so he doesn't have to show off. Jeff is the resident MacGyver. I've seen Jeff fix a blown fuse on my amp with literally some gum wrapper, like foil, like it has to be like wintergreen or something. And he's like, I need some big red stat. And he crumples it up and shoves it in there and bypasses the fuse, and it works all perfectly and everything. It was awesome. Jeff Weike's awesome.
Oh, dude, I'm so spent. I have a cigarette. Does anyone have a cigarette?
Yeah, I got a cigarette.
I'm a little sweaty.
You're fast.
My balls are a little sweaty.
Really?
Why does it smell like sex in here?
It does.
There's like 5 dudes.
It is pretty amazing. I like how everything just kind of fell together. Chris found me at a bar drunk, and I was drunk. I don't know if Chris was drunk, but he was like, "Hey, you want to play in a band?" I was like, "All right." And I showed up, and it was just everything clicked. It was amazing, and it just kind of went on from there. I enjoy being in the band.
And then John, the backbeat of the band. And John has his little pity parties occasionally too. You know, I'm not a good drummer and stuff, but seriously, he's the best drummer I've ever played with. Which, okay, granted, I've only played with a handful of drummers in my life, but we all mesh so well. I think it works for a good experience with the band. I think we have a lot of chemistry.
Hopefully we can sell a bunch of CDs, get our music out there, go on a little tour, you know, make some new friends. I'm not going to say that on camera, maybe next time, but no, I hope we go on tour. I really want to play. I like playing the music that we have. It's awesome. So hopefully we can play it for people who enjoy it.
I mean, we could have got Scott O'Meara to do this, and you know, he would have had all this shit knocked out in a matter of minutes. Bryan, on the other hand, you know, he really needs the guidance of Jason Marino. If Jason was here, he'd be like, no, that's not gonna work.
He probably would. He wanted to do that too. That's not a lie.
I consider it fucking punk fucking rock. We'll play it fast, we'll play it dirty, we'll write about things that normal bands won't write about. We like to take chances. That's what I think a lot of bands don't do these days. Don't take chances.
I wish there was like Tom Brokaw here. Can you act like Tom Brokaw for me?
True story. A couple weeks ago, I went to bed with all my clothes on. I woke up completely butt-ass naked, and the door was locked. No gerbils, but I was butt-ass naked, and I didn't know what to do.
Did I stay abstinent during my recording session? 2.5 weeks. Pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did.
I mean, Ethan, we're recording. Go play.
Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam, oh, Black Betty, blam, blam, Black Betty had a child, blam, blam, damn thing on my, blam, blam, oh, Black Betty, blam, blam.
So, for the record, what was I supposed to say again? Oh, I'm not high.
What comes to mind is just a tight ensemble of a bunch of guys that just know what they want to hear, know what they want to play, and it's just phenomenal work. They're tight, they're melodic, and they're just thrashing, man. They just want what they want, and the crowd goes wild, and that's what everybody wants to hear. It's an entertainment factor, and it's in depth, and it's lovely. I love you guys, man.